Hey everyone, this is Teacher Aya and welcome to NativeCamp's official YouTube channel. Today, we will be introducing a whole new series that will focus on the SDG. What is SDG? SDG stands for the Sustainable Development Goals. It consists of 17 goals that were set up in 2015 by the United Nations General Assembly and are intended to be achieved by the year 2030. These goals define the world we want. They apply to all nations and can mean, quite simply, to ensure that no one is left behind. This series will be comprised of 17 episodes, and in each episode, we will be inviting two teachers from different countries to join us in the discussion about the biggest and most important global issues that need to be addressed and what actions we should take. Let's get started with the first episode, SDG 1, Poverty. Eradicating poverty in all its forms remains one of the greatest challenges facing humanity. Ending poverty is one of the 17 global goals that make up the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Joining me in today's conversation, focusing on poverty in their respective countries, are Teacher Oge from Nigeria and Teacher Alia from India. Teacher, okay. Thank you.
Kaya, it's a pleasure meeting you
Yes,
today. Whoa.
it's a pleasure meeting you. Going to the main topic, do you believe that the rich are growing richer and the poor are growing poorer?
Absolutely. I do believe that the rich are growing richer and the poor are growing poorer because it's really simple because the rich actually invest. Okay, they invest in their money to make more money. The poor are busy saving. They keep saving for the rainy days. And yeah, saving is a good thing. Yeah, it's actually a good thing, but it limits your potential, limits what you get. So if you just keep saving, you just remain at a particular point,
Yes.
like stagnant, not going up. Yeah. But the rich actually invest. That is one common thing about the rich people. They invest.
That is correct. I like what you said. Especially nowadays, people tend to think that saving is very important, but at the same time, we need to
Yeah.
make our money grow on their own, right? It's like
Yeah,
money doesn't grow on trees.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Thank you.
that's true.
Now,
That's true. You're welcome.
all right. So, what are the key factors that contribute to poverty in Nigeria?
Okay, so three key factors will be first, religious factor, second, bad governance, and the third reason is cultural diversity. Like I said, 500 different native languages and 250 tribes in Nigeria.
Correct. It's a big country, big and
Yeah.
diverse country.
That's
Thank
true.
you. Now, are there any services for poor people in your country?
Well, I would say none that I know of.
Oh, okay.
None.
Do you think the
None.
government ought to create a program to help these poor people?
I think they should. That's why we have a government. They should help the poor. They should
Yes.
create basic amenities that would help them because the situation is really terrible. Really terrible. Yeah.
Especially nowadays, right? Now, talking about the current situation that the world is encountering right now, how has COVID-19 affected your country?
Okay. Yes. It's when it first started. When COVID-19 started, I think early last year.
Yes.
We didn't know much about it. We didn't know. All we know, this thing was gonna wipe out the entire planet.
Yes.
Or all we could say, this was gonna wipe. But the government then implemented a lockdown, mandatory lockdown. Not like other countries. Ours was strict. You have to abide by it. But it cost us a lot. A lot of people lost their jobs. It was really difficult, and the government didn't do anything to help people. So right now, we are living in ignorance. No one cares about the COVID-19. Like I can tell you, most
Really?
Nigerians don't put on. Yeah, most Nigerians don't put on face masks. We can go yesterday. I went to the bank and I didn't have to put on a face mask to get into the bank. And yeah, shared pens. People came, could I use your pen? And things like that. So yeah, it has nothing to do with health or preventing the spread of COVID-19. It's just, I think Nigerians chose to be ignorant about the COVID-19 situation.
But I can understand, since, as you said, like the government doesn't really care about it. So why would the people care too? What are the effects and deficiencies associated with poverty in Nigeria? Like, how has it affected your country when it comes to poverty?
Well, it has affected every stage, every aspect, every level of my country, including the government. Like, for example, we have, I must say, this is the fact. This is the fact. I must say, most public offices in Nigeria are being occupied by people who don't really know how to run the capacity of the office they occupy. Like, we have a sports minister in Nigeria. I must be frank, because even if it goes round, it's no news. We have a sports minister who used to be a military officer. He's retired now. He used to be a military officer, so he became the sports minister. So really, it's our national sports used to be soccer, and I believe Nigeria was known worldwide. At least everyone knows when it comes to playing football, we were like really good.
Yes.
But now we've gone from like the top of the ladder down all the way to the bottom, because the sports minister isn't doing what he has to do. And this is just sports. It's like that in every aspect. Talking about education, talking about the health sector, talk about, like, in Nigeria, we don't have health insurance. Like, when I visit to other countries, you pay tax. No health insurance. Yeah, as a matter of fact, in Nigeria, you have to pay 110% of your medical bill. 110%.
Really?
10% is, the 10% is outside paying the 100% medical bill. You have to tip nurses, security, so they can take care of your patient. Like, for example, if I take my wife to the hospital, I have to pay 110% of the medical bill. Yeah, the extra 10% is to the nurses, who would have to go in from time to time to check how she's doing, ask if she needs anything. Yeah.
Actually, this is the beauty of introducing sustainable development goals, to the students, because we get to introduce various countries and how these countries are facing the problems. I mean, I totally didn't know about Nigeria's, like, having no health insurance. I didn't know. What do you think needs to be done in order to continue reducing poverty in your country? And
okay, I think the government really needs to revamp the education sector, because in Nigeria, education is basically for the rich. Quality education, I must say quality education, because it's really a pity when you come to the street of Nigeria, you see kids who no longer go to school, and even those that go to school are not, they're not properly educated. This is actually, Nigeria is a society where you meet people who I would classify as educated illiterates. We have a lot of them. They have stacks of qualifications. They have all manner of degrees, but you would actually doubt if they actually went to the four walls of school. But they have all manner of, they have PhD, PSCs, name it. But you would really ask, because what happens? The rich actually can afford to buy this certification with money.
Without even going to school.
Paid without even going to school, yeah. While the poor, since you can't afford it, they don't even bother. So I would really think the Nigerian government really have to look into the education sector, because I think that is the key point. If we can get qualified graduates, or people who actually have the basic knowledge that they require, skills acquisition.
Great, thank you so much, Teacher Argay. Now we are down to the last question. Do you think it's possible to eradicate poverty, not just in your country, but in the world?
Actually, I know it's possible. I'll start by saying it's possible, but really, really difficult. I think it's going to be as difficult as trying to pass an elephant through the eye of a needle. Yeah, that difficult. So I wouldn't say impossible. But it's it's definitely going, because it's going to take not just the government. I think not just the government, but people should be enlightened that if there are more poor people, it will affect us. The more poor people there are, the more poverty grows, the more we are at risk, because poverty equals crime.
Yes.
Poverty equals
War.
War and things like that. So I think if they understand that the effects and the cons of poverty, I think even we shouldn't wait for government to do things. We should help as much people as we can.
For you, what does it mean to experience poverty?
Disastrous. It makes me cry every time I see handicapped people begging on the roads while the signal is red.
Oh my God, even when the signal is red.
When the signal is red, all the poor kids, handicapped people come to you and beg you for money or for food.
Same situation in the Philippines, I guess.
So yeah, I feel so sad, especially looking at poor old ladies and young kids. So yeah, it's inexpressible.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is painful. Yeah.
Speaking of children, so what do you think are the effects of economic hardship on children in India?
When I see children, basically children are born to be flowers, like they are the flowers of the country, they are the future of the country, right? Children should be given facilities. They shouldn't be given the hardships.
Correct.
So they belong to the school, they don't belong to the roads.
I like what you said, they belong to the school, not to the roads. All right.
Yes, please.
Now, has poverty reduction accelerated with faster economic growth, especially in your country?
Of course. So I was researching on poverty in India. So I heard, I came up with an idea that privatization has played an important and major role in declining the poverty rate, because before, the government has the authority for the banks, schools, universities, hospitals, and colleges. Now they have sold their banks and everything to the people, so they have become the private companies. So people have created a huge of their big companies, right? And they have provided so many jobs, basically privatization, and with good salaries. Labor rate has increased. So many private hospitals, schools, colleges, no doubt, which has given more job opportunities to poor people.
I see. So one of the main key factors in the success of India's globalization is privatization of companies.
Privatization and liberalization too.
Now, how can the effect on poverty of issues of diversity, such as ethnicity, disability, age, gender, and sexual orientation or religion, be better understood and addressed?
If we talk about this is gonna be very deep and very big, because India is suffering with all these things, not even single or two or three. This is suffering with all these things, and the major is a religion. When I talk about religion, India has so many India has a huge class difference, and with the basic rule called religion, people are differentiated on the basis of religion and class system. So people are divided into categories like high people, like middle class, lower class, and upper class.
Yes.
Upper class, I would say. So yes, and it's all in our mindset. It can be better described as just like global warming. It is also destroying everything, like emotionally, if we see the economic growth too, if we sort these tiny things, there won't be poverty, I believe. Everybody would be equal. The government has nicest policies for poor people.
Oh, really?
They send money into their bank accounts.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yes, and they send monthly groceries to them. India is like a very beautiful country with national production of fruits and beans and rice and everything we have grown in our own country. So these things are very cheap here, and they can be distributed among poor people very carefully and very nicely in the huge amount. So before, the government has policies for poor people, so they used to send these groceries and money to them, but the people, the politicians and other people in middle, they didn't they didn't help in reaching these things to poor people. Now that we have social media, and there are nicest journalists and influencers who talk about these issues and who let poor people know that they can have access and have right on these authorities and policies provided by government, so they can have access on this. So social media has played an important role in awareness.
Exactly. It's one of the main advantages of having social media. You can use your platform to help other people, right? Now, talking about the current situation that the world is experiencing at the moment, how has COVID-19 affected your country?
Disastrously, like it is horrible. The situation has been horrible in my country, but thankfully past 2-3 months have been very good.
Oh,
Blissful.
can you tell us about it?
It's like my city, if we say if I remember the months in May and April, terrible months, we experienced so many deaths, like people I know. It was like I cannot even express in words the feeling. But now, after the vaccination, the things have started to become fine.
Good to hear.
So now things are going to becoming better day by day. Things are becoming better day by day. I think we are like at the end of the pandemic now.
Now, you've mentioned a lot about the government's reaction when it comes to reducing or alleviating poverty in India. What should be the role of government in alleviating poverty?
I don't want to blame government at all. I would say good things about my government, because handling so many people is very difficult. We cannot handle kids at home. How is our government handling so many people with different mindsets? So every stage when the pandemic started, they sent groceries at poor people's home. They sent money into their bank accounts. They are providing online education like laptops and some cell phones to poor kids. So government has helped a lot, more than they could.
Yes, and they were very
free
quick to do
vaccination.
it.
Exactly. You should see the vaccination system here. It's so nice and so quick. So I would say government has done best. That's why in 10 years, the India has economically grown so fast. It's all because of government and people going hand in hand.
Unity. Yeah.
Exactly. Unity and harmony. Yes.
All right. Thank you. Let's move on to the last question. I've asked this to Teacher Gay, and I want to ask you as well. Will there always be poverty in the world, or do you think it's possible to eradicate poverty in the world?
It's not possible. There will be always poverty in the world. See, everything is designed by like something. So for every work, we have people, but the poverty shouldn't be seen as something bad. We shouldn't see poor people as classless people.
Yes.
Or lower class people or dirty people. We should change our mind for them. They are the people who deserve the most respect.
What an eye-opening conversation. Thank you for watching. Once again, this is Teacher Aya, and we hope that you have enjoyed and have learned something from this video. The United Nations has given everyone everywhere a voice in determining the future, and that is why we are using this platform, not only to help you learn English, but as well as to help you broaden your horizons. Poverty is so much more than not just having enough money. It is a call to take action for the poor and the wealthy alike. It is a call to change the world so that many more may have enough food to eat, adequate shelter to live in, get better access to education and healthcare services, and of course protection from violence. Just like what Mahatma Gandhi had said, be the change you wish to see in this world. So before I end this video, let me just ask you a question to ponder on. What would you do to make this world a better place to live in? Would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below this video, and please don't forget to click the like or tap the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video.